dollar store. We've got our coffees and
trash hanging out the back.
yeah, trash. And just we have some other errands to run. We need to get propane, which you may have already mentioned.
Nope.
But yeah, we're just gonna pick up a few things, get back as quickly as we can, and just get back to getting
try to knock all that drain.
Yeah.
Piping out for the downspouts.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
I think so too. I mean, we got so much done yesterday.
Yeah.
And a good portion of it was draining that line out.
We spent hours doing that.
I think it took about an hour, maybe.
I think it did. Oh, man.
So it'll take us about 45 minutes to get there.
Probably.
So, all right, see you in a little bit. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It's actually the next day.
Yeah, we got home just a little too late to start a project. So.
Yeah, and then, you know, living in the RV, we have to dump every once in a while, and it's a process because their septic is behind the house, and so Levi has to use the tractor. We fill our little caddy up and then bring it over there. And that takes, you know, about an hour, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
So we decided it wasn't in our best interest to try to tackle that project until today.
Yeah, and the biggest reason is because we have to shovel a bunch of rocks where I can't get it. You can kind of see where this French drain is exposed right here. That all has to be done by hand, and because we're setting this pipe on the rocks, we have to put the rocks in first.
Yeah.
So it just made more sense to it was the hottest part of the day when we got back, and we were just like, okay, let's just wait till tomorrow. Today is supposed to be beautiful, mid 60s.
Not super sunny, so it'll be great.
Hopefully the bees will be
I haven't seen any.
Nope, I haven't either, so let's cross our fingers. Tiny still has lots of layers on. But so, yeah, we're just gonna get started. We gotta scoop a bucket of rocks, and we'll just start shoveling by hand and start filling this little spot up.
All right.
Let's get going. All right, so we're down in this hole here where we're filling up. We haven't quite got it finished yet, but you can see that hole right there is for our water lines to feed this back bathroom back here in this bonus room behind our garage. And so we decided just to pick up some conduit, and then we're gonna run our PEX hot and cold waters through there after we're ready to start building and stuff, because the PEX isn't supposed to be set out in the sun. And so we thought it'd be better than to have just a roll of it sitting in our crawl spaces, waiting to be plumbed, you know, next year whenever we get around to it. So we're just going to run this conduit in here, and then we'll fill our rocks, and then we'll run this piping, the 4-inch piping, over the top of that around this. Well, Tiny made a good point. We probably should hydraulic cement this opening here, and that way we don't have to worry about it. We can backfill our rocks and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I got this shimmed up so that this pipe is right in the center of the hole on this side, because it kind of has like a little bit of a bow to it. So I'll go get the hydraulic cement, and we'll probably have to damp proof that as well. So.
Do you only do it on the outside, or do you do it on the inside too?
Chris said I should caulk the inside.
Oh, okay.
So we got that special caulk.
Yeah. Ooh, this wind.
All right. Well, that was fun. This stuff sets up in 1.5 minutes. It is rapid setting. So the first batch we made, of course, I was just nonchalantly trying to mix it up and get over here, and it turned to, see, it's already like a brick. And this stuff you could actually use underwater too. You can mix it up and then put it underwater, and it'll stop a leak underwater. So we got that done, and so that'll be set up here in a little bit, and then we could damp proof it. We want to make sure that it cures first for maybe half hour or so. So we're just going to keep working on our rocks, and then we'll get over to those spots, damp proof them, then we'll fill it up with rocks, and then keep going with the pipe.
All right, so we were reading the back of the leak stopper, the hydraulic cement, and you actually have to wait 7 days before you can paint over it. So that actually works out fine. We have multiple penetrations in the foundation that we're gonna have to do this with. So we might as well wait until we have all of those done, and then we'll wait the 7 days and come back and then damp proof all those spots. Can you assist me? Thanks.
87. $177.
This rock. Could that be any more perfectly round?
Wow.
I wonder if it's one of those, what's that called? A geode?
Oh, it could be. How did that get mixed up with this rock?
I think it was in the bucket. Ooh, that sun feels good. Beautiful.
All right, now for a long run.
not like being mean. Put that down. There you go.
Nice. So now we just got one little stretch, and we're actually going to go all the way down on top of that footing down there, which in hindsight we were talking we probably should have just ran them all on top of the footing to begin with and just dropped it down from our trench. But in my mind, I was just thinking to keep them all around the same level. They're all well below frost, but it just made our job so much easier.
It would have made it a lot easier because we wouldn't be dealing with the rocks yet and all that stuff, but
no big deal. So we just got to go down through there. I got it all laid out and just wrap the corner, put 2 elbows on, and we're done.
More?
Well, you got it.
Sorry. Oh. You moved it as I was gluing.
Sure, blame it on me.
Turn it towards you. There you go. Perfect. All right, so we are finished with all the pipes that we needed to run for our downspout water lines. And so now what we're gonna do is put our lower piece that'll be below grade, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna cap it.
Well, all right, so if you guys saw one of our previous videos, we talked about we were going to put a valve in between the house and the barn, like in the middle of that run that runs back to the water tanks. And after doing some research and talking to a place, they don't recommend burying a valve like that, and we didn't want to have to go buy a whole nother culvert to put down in the ground so that we could have access to that.
And the valves were really expensive.
Oh, it was like insane.
It like $150, and so
just to use it one time. When
most likely just one time, yeah.
So what we're going to do now is just, this will be the pipe that our downspout's going to be, and we're basically just going to cut this off right above the ground and put a cap on it. And then we're going to do that on all 5 of our downspouts, and then when we're ready to hook the house up, we'll come back, we'll cut the cap off, put a coupler on there, and then extend our first flush leaf eater combo like we did on the barn.
Yeah. So yeah, like Levi said, once we're ready and the house is built, we'll cut this cap off, put that, just a coupler, yep, and run our downspouts.
Cool.
So we're just gonna go ahead and do all the rest of these.
We got 4 more to do, and then we can start finishing our backfill of our rocks and do a couple more sewer lines. We got to do this main sewer line and then a sewer line for the back bedroom to the house.
So we'll probably pick back up when we start working on those lines.
Yep.
So we just went in and had some lunch, and we're gonna work on getting our poly pipe unraveled and over into the crawl space in the main part of the house. We're not sure how this is gonna go, but we're just gonna go for it.
These poly pipes only come every 100 feet, so we need about 150 feet, and we had to buy 200 feet of this, so we have quite a bit extra, but we have to figure out how to unwind it and then feed it through one of those penetrations that we have in our concrete foundation. So we can't just start putting a coil through there. I don't know. Let's just see if we could unroll it and see what happens if it doesn't like just spring and go insane.
Try. I think you're gonna have to go inside and pull. So the problem is this is just coiling back up.
Right, that's Alright, let me go do something.
we're at the point now where we have to work this around the.
Okay.
So I would maybe come from that way. I'll try and hold here. All right.
Good. Now, just gotta go a little bit more.
Well, that was fun. And when I say fun, I don't really mean fun.
Oh. Oh, you had a great idea. It worked. Downwind, whatever.
Every time.
Gonna hold it?
We still have more in there.
More right there?
Imagine what my lungs look like if I breathe all day. Applicator at least 1/2 the size of the pipe diameter. Apply a liberal coat of cement to pipe to the depth of the socket. Leave no uncoated surface. It does not say to use any kind of primer. I think he's a little dirty.
Look at how dirty he is. Oh. Mr. Man. We're gonna have
Oh
to
my goodness.
hose you off.
Come on, let's go. We haven't used it in a while. Does it have gas?
I don't know. Check. I should have checked that.
How would I know? Because it looks like there's nothing in there. Oh, typical Tanya and Levi.
Might need oil too. Acting up.
Yeah.
That's why I had it at an angle so the oil would be back that way.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, I'll let you do it. Well, good morning, guys. So now that we have our downspout water lines finished around the foundation, we are gonna tackle our sewer line, and I will actually let Levi talk about that.
What's going on, guys? Well, this here is our RV dump pipe. So we've been using this to empty the RV, but this basically goes straight down to a capped line down here. And talking with the excavator, that is a plug, and then there's a coupler that's sitting on there. We need to remove that coupler, and then we're gonna put our own coupler on there that's glued, and then we're gonna come to a couple of different fittings to see if we can get it into this hole that leads into the foundation. And then we'll concrete that in so that's waterproof. But the hard part is it's back in there. It's not like right at this wall here. So you can see it's about the depth of my forearm here to my hand. So what we're gonna use is our little hammer drill on the chisel mode, and I think I can just chisel around that coupler, pull it off, glue the new coupler on there, put it on, and then continue running our pipes into our house. So that's our plan for today. So we grabbed the generator and a couple various tools, and let's get started.
I also wanted to say that it is only 46 degrees, which is pretty chilly for the end of August. And it's only gonna be 66 today, which is actually really, honestly, very nice. But it is a little chilly right now.
All right, so I got some of it exposed in there. You can kind of see, and we're gonna see if we can pull this out of here. All right, there's one of them. Now there's another white pipe that goes into the black ABS pipe that I need to pull out, and then we can glue our own black coupler on there and extend this line. All right, got that out of there. And what it looks like is that already has a coupler on the end. There's a Y down there. And so all I need to do is just stub out a piece of pipe and then shoot it into the crawl space. So nice. Here's a chunk of our ABS for the sewer. And what we're gonna do is stick this in here. Now it's gonna need to go in a little bit more, but I don't wanna smash it in there because we're not quite ready yet. But what we wanna do is, you can see the angle that this is. I wanna be able to get a 22.5-degree coupler on here and be able to shoot it into the house. So what we're gonna do is just kind of play with this length of this pipe to see where it needs to be so that we can make it into this hole.
So technically we could make that work.
They made a smaller little application. What the heck?
Oh man. I'm not going to be able to see, so you'll have to... I can hold it and support it, and you just kind of... It's almost like tar.
I know.
I'm sure I need to go faster than this, but how? You think that's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we know exactly how this needs to go on? I think you need to put the pipe through.
Push it all the way.
I know that, but I'm talking about our angle here.
Yeah, twist it. There you go.
Is that good?
Yeah, it looks good. As long as it's on all the way.
Do you see how much more? Oh, I gotta hold that. It's like wanting to come off.
You ready?
I'm ready. Alright, this is gonna be tricky. Tricky.
Tricky part?
It's the tricky part.
Want me to move this pipe out of your way?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, just put extra on there.
Yep. Okay, can you bring it forward a little bit? I don't want to get this all over the white pipe. Keep coming forward. Forward. Right there. That would probably be wonderful. Can you spin it one more time? Okay. Oh. Okay. Nice.
Can you spin the pipe for me like I did for you?
No. I'm so short, I can't see you.
Cap the line. All right. Oh, we got this messy black stuff everywhere. All right, cool. We got her done. So that's in. Now we need to go do that one over there which connects the back bedroom to the house system. And then all this will be tied in, and then that will go out to our septic. So let's jump over there. Talking with the guys, Mark and Colton stopped by, and they said just to use the rocks underneath that pipe. That way it won't settle or anything. So I think we're just gonna build a bridge for those 2 pipes to sit on, and then we'll come back and we'll hydraulic cement like we did the other pipe around the hole for the outside to waterproof it, and then we'll come back in, like what they say, 7 days or something. So to put our waterproofing back on there just to seal it off. So let's go ahead and do that. Jump over there.
Okay.
Cool. Well, all right, we got all of our rocks put in here. We made a little bridge here to span the middle of these 2 10-foot pipes. So we're gonna stick one in that hole. One in this hole. And then we're gonna just take this coupler and then glue them together. All right, we got the pipe in, so it just spans from one crawl space to the other. And this is going to be our drain line for the septic, like I said. So now that this is done, we can concentrate. We have one last area to backfill, which is that back part where we did the main septic tie-in. So we just have a little bit of rocks to put down there, and then all of the backfill of rocks is completely done. So that would be really nice. So
I'm tired of shoveling rocks.
yeah, we are definitely tired of
Just
these.
This area, you know, it's hard to get the tractor in, and
so I can't maneuver the tractor over into that corner. So both of these corners had to be done by hand. So we knocked it out, and let's go ahead and have lunch. I'm hungry. All right.